Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 6. So Module 6 is the second module for the second essay of the class, which is the definition essay. So in the previous module, you learned about definition, you took a quiz, and you also did a discussion board over a potential topic for your essay. Now you need to go back to that discussion board and read the feedback left for you by your peers as well as me. I usually try to leave feedback fairly early on in the module after the previous module is due, just to give students an idea of whether or not they have a good topic, and particularly trying to catch those of you who have chosen something that is not an abstract concept so that you can make some alterations in order to complete the essay. So in this module, what we're going to be doing is outlining your essay. So this is another chance for me to provide you with some feedback before you actually get a final draft done. And then you'll also be learning more about MLA documentation, because this is the first of our two essays that is going to use sources in the essay. So let me show you what you're going to be doing. I have a link back to the definition essay assignment again. So this is the same assignment that you saw in Module 5. We're working with the exact same thing. It's not something new. And then the readings are over at the arrangement chapter, which is there's a section in there on constructing an outline. So I do have a PDF to show you what the outline looks like, but you want to be looking through the chapter. Some of it's review and some of it is new information that you'll want for just kind of constructing an essay. So just as a reminder for the definition essay, you are dealing with an abstract term or concept that you're interested in and have personal experience with, so that you can define that term in ways that you understand it. So your definition of the word might be a little bit different from somebody else's definition. And so that's what you're working with, is how is your definition unique? So that is the primary task that you'll have. So in this module, you're going to be outlining your essay. So this is your plan for your essay. When we do outlines in this class, it is expected that some things will change a little bit between the outline and the essay. So this is not cemented in that you have to do it this way. It's kind of your plan, and plans may change a little bit as you write and as you draft, and that's okay. So just kind of keep that in mind. Some students don't like working from an outline for that reason, because they feel too restricted, but it can be really useful for most students. It's really useful for them because that just allows them to kind of think about things before they start writing, before they dive into it. So the outline itself is going to be constructed like a formal outline, which means you use the Roman numerals and the formal outline pattern. There's an example in Rules for Writers. There's also an example in the textbook in Chapter 3, which I linked in to the Module 6 readings. And then and for right now, you can include any sources that you might use, just the URL links, unless you want to construct the actual MLA citation, that's fine. But for right now, we're just looking for links, particularly sources that you think might help that you might not end up using, that's fine. So I have an example of an outline here, and basically if you want, you can take this document, download it, and put your own information in it. My topic is anxiety, and so that is kind of a topic that I think a lot of people probably have some experience with, and I do as well. So I have my working thesis is just kind of more about the differences in the different types of anxiety, because my essay will kind of focus on just general anxious feelings and how people kind of experience anxiety differently. And so general anxiety, that's kind of a disorder versus just feeling nervous, and then phobias, which are the most extreme version of anxiety. So you can see that as I am defining my term, anxiety, I've gone from kind of the most general information, the type of information that's going to be applied to most people in this case, because I'm dealing with like a symptom of something that people feel. I get sort of like the broad idea first, and then narrow down to the most specific, and in this case, the most severe form of anxiety, which I don't have. Like I have personal experience with both general anxiety and nervousness, and then also a generalized anxiety disorder. So I have that I can include my personal experience as part of what I'm discussing. But the phobias are something that would have to be something that I do a little bit more research on because I don't have personal experience with it. And so I've got one example of a works cited source that I might use. I've put it in MLA style, but you can just include the URL link if you want. Some of you may be using more than one source, kind of depending on what your topic is, how much you know about it, how much experience you have with it, that kind of thing. So just kind of keep that in mind. So that's what yours can look like if you want to use mine. The other thing that you're doing in the module is learning more about documentation. So this may be reviewed depending on what you covered in your previous classes or your high school classes, but MLA documentation is the style that we use in order to reference sources. If you've used APA style, it's very similar. They work with the same concept. MLA actually came first, and so APA is based on it. But it works similarly, and so you're going to look over the information. Rules for Writers is a really good resource for it. Our patterns book is, I don't think it's updated with the latest style because they moved on to like 8th and 9th edition. So ours is just a little bit outdated as far as what the works cited entries will look like. But I've got these examples. These are videos. They're just PowerPoints that I use in my classes, and then I talk over them. So for those of you where this is all new, I would definitely recommend watching these 2 videos that hopefully will help you better understand what's going on. And then you're going to take a quiz over it. The quiz is a little bit longer than some of our other ones because this is an important concept that I really want you to understand right away, not just for this essay, but as we move forward. A lot of you are going to be starting to use documentation or have to use sources in other classes, and so I want to make sure that students have a really good foundation of that understanding right here at the beginning. So that's module 6, kind of an in-between module. Again, we're still not actually writing an essay yet. If you have any questions as you go forward, if you're struggling at all with the outline and you want me to look over it before you submit it, that's fine. Otherwise, have a great week, and I'll see you later.